Well, Educational Policy and Leadership 1159 was originally envisioned as a hybrid course. And so there's a lot of experience and background in terms of having students who actually came to the Learning Center, took the course, and had that hands-on experience with the instructor and interactions with their classmates. And the course seemed to work really well. And I think there is that novice mistake where you envision a course, as long as it's supported on Carmen, you can put in an online setting entirely and have the students have the same exact experience. And what I realized is that without that physical connection to the instructor or to other students, there's certain things that do need to be just re-envisioned, reimagined, and articulated in a more clear way. And so it really just seemed like the perfect time to take another look at the course and think about what elements need to be here now that it's just entirely online. With making a course be something that students are going to be hopefully getting the best experience out of, it's really easy as an instructor to be so immersed in the experience that it's difficult to see what it might be like from the student perspective. And it's sort of similar in my mind to writing a paper and you've been spending months on it, and somebody who's an external reviewer who reads that has that perspective and can let you know things that might not be communicated clearly, things that are even just blatant errors that you just become so used to that you don't see. And so one of the major reasons was just to have somebody else who was fresh, who didn't have my entire background knowledge in the course, to examine it, to get a sense of, is this clear? Are my intents being communicated? And then in addition to that, the Quality Matters standard really is something that certifies and communicates that the course is well designed. And so I wanted to, if all this work was going into the course, to be something that could be communicated and really celebrated, particularly in education and human ecology, which is the college that supports the Dennis Learning Center. There's this real push for quality e-learning. And so this was really a way to really certify all the work going into the course. I would definitely say that the work that went into the review was worth it. I'll also mention it did take months of effort, and so it's something that I needed to really look at my calendar for the year and plan when would there be time to go about this project. But ultimately, I think it was worth it for a number of reasons. One, I just genuinely feel that the course is better. At this point, I feel that the learning objectives that I'm stating really reflect the assignments and the assessments that are in the course. I also feel more confident that students who are taking this course are led on a clear path so that the technology isn't a hindrance, but rather something that supports what they're learning. And so ultimately, I think all the work is for the students. And that's really, if there's a way and a pathway to get to that with other scholars, other faculty, other people who also are aware of the content matter of the course and clear design and technology, those are just, it's almost like being part of a team where you all have that student's best interest at heart. And once the time goes into it, you know that it's a quality product. And ultimately, if you're helping students learn more effectively, and it's something that I think that can reflect well on the college or the center or the university, all those things come together to make it worth it. For anyone who's considering the Quality Matters review process, I would really recommend taking a look at what you have coming up in the given year and getting a sense of, when am I going to have the time to commit to this? Because I think it's something that should be undertaken in a way that you have time to reflect, some space, and that you don't feel like it's something that you're having to cram in, but rather something that you've chosen to line up with a time that you have free in your schedule. And so I think being clear to your supervisor or department chair in terms of this is a goal that you have will help that person be supportive of taking your time to do that effort. And another piece of advice I would have is try to have some sort of informal review during that process. I was able to take a course about moving online from the traditional classroom, and I had instructor feedback from that. I had my peers' feedback, and all those things that I learned and I incorporated allowed me to be a lot more successful when I did the eventual review. I think if I were just to try to make my course a little bit better and then submit it for review, I would have gotten some unwelcome surprises from the peer reviewers, and taking the time to get those other forms of feedback throughout the process before the official submission, I think, helped me to be a lot more successful once it was all said and done.